Um, that's kind of why my name's Chaotic Mom. Things like that always happen. So hi guys, welcome to another video. If you've never seen me before, I am Eileen. I go by the name Chaotic Mom on YouTube. This is Hannah. She's always in my videos because she's always like right next to me.
No, it's Pets and Me. Just follow me on YouTube. Don't follow her.
Right. We haven't cut the umbilical cord yet, 10 years later. Anyway, so just a little bit about myself, just because I've been gone for a little while. I took a break over the summer. I took a break over the summer. I really thoroughly enjoyed my break with my kids. We did a lot of pool. We did a lot of relaxing. We've done just crafting, just hanging out with each other, just a lot of that stuff. So that is where I have been. Chaotic Mom is not just a name, it's a lifestyle. I say that all the time. So the way I came up with the name Chaotic Mom, of course, is because I feel like my life goes a million miles an hour and I'm pulled in a million different directions at all times, which I think all of us can relate to. Whether you're a mom, whether you're a wife, a single lady trying to do some college and work, and I just feel like a lot of women can relate to that name because that's just what we do. So I have 3 children. I have a 20-year-old young lady who is married and off on her own. Makes me sad. She lives in Mississippi with her husband and her 2 rescue dogs. I have a 17-year-old young lady who is in her senior year of high school. I cannot believe it. And I have our 10-year-old Hannah. I homeschool Hannah basically because she has had intestinal issues her whole life. Some days are really not good. Other days are okay. And other days are just, well, yeah, but some days start out good, turn around bad. Some days start bad, turn around good. So sending her to a school system for not just public or private, for 7 to 8 hours, putting her on a bus, it's just not reasonable for her. So we choose to homeschool. That way we can work around whatever type of belly issues she may or may not be having.
Also, we just have fun together.
We do. So, I do cleaning videos. I do crafting. I love crafting. It is my absolute calming inner peace, creating. I love being on a budget. I love doing homeschool with Hannah. I love Dollar Tree. So those are all the type of videos that you'll see on my channel. So I hope that you stick around. I hope you subscribe to Chaotic Mom. I have a ton of videos that I've already done. I've been around for probably about 1.5 years. So I have a ton of videos if you want to go back and watch my previous videos, and I'm back to posting regular videos now for this year. So I'm very excited about that. So let's just jump right into today's video. So in today's video, I am creating a customized set of back to school items from Dollar Tree items. So these are the customizations. This is one of the small composition notebooks that you would get at the Dollar Tree. This is a planner that you get at the Dollar Tree. It's a student planner. It just looks like this on the inside. Okay. This is a regular size composition notebook from the Dollar Tree. And finally, a spiral bound notebook from the Dollar Tree.
And this is
so anyway, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to alter these and make them this beautiful set. I would much rather show up to school or college with this beautiful set as opposed to what they looked like before. So watch the video. I hope that you make some of these of your own, and I will see you in my next video. So I am going to be using the paper from the My Mind's Eye Palm Beach collection, and I absolutely adore this collection. It's got all the summertime vibes that you could just possibly imagine. And I've got a large composition book, a mini composition notebook. I do not use this legal paper pad that I was going to recover, but this is what the student planner looked like before I recovered it, and my plain notebook. So what I want to do is take this acrylic paint and I want to go in and paint the spines of my composition notebooks. You can leave them black. It is perfectly fine. But with all these bright colors that I'm using, I thought it would look nice to have a bright spine as opposed to just a dark black.
Forever free.
I was running low on that pale pink color, and I really wanted the pale pink color to be the color of the spine. So what I did is I just used this darker like bubblegum pink to try to cover up the black as much as I could, and then I used the pale pink as the final coat. So if you're running low on your favorite color, find a color that's a little bit darker than the color that you originally want, and that way you can use the darker color to cover up whatever you're painting, and then use the lighter color as the final coat to make it the color that you wanted it.
You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
So now that I put the large one on the side, I'm just going to let it dry a little bit. I believe I do 3 coats. I think it's 3 coats that I do. So I'm just going to move on to the little composition notebook here, and then I let them dry in between. I don't wait, like 30 minutes or anything. I just give them, 10 or 15 minutes. So it looks like I lied and I only did 2 coats on each. That's all right though. I do like the way that the dark bubblegum pink bled into that lighter pink. It made it look like a really cool effect in the end. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to try to get in between all the wires to cover up this blue, because this blue does not match my theme at all. Now the smart thing to do would be to buy a spiral notebook with a cover that's going to match whatever paper pad you're going to use. But I didn't go shopping for these things. I had these in my house. So I just used what I had on hand, and I just happened to have a blue and a black one, and I thought the blue one would be easier for me to cover up. So I'm just taking the paintbrush and just filling in the holes in between all of the spirals to try to get that pink so everything matches and coordinates. So now I'm going to put this one to the side and let it dry while I work on the student planner. All I'm going to do for this one is take this vinyl cover off of it. I am saving that vinyl cover because I will be putting it back on. I feel it's really important to have your books have a protective surface on it, and with this being really thin paper, it really does need that vinyl cover if you're going to be sliding it in and out of your backpack. So I'm just going to measure out how I want to put on this flamingo paper. It is so cute. I love the flamingos. I want to make sure that I leave enough hanging over the edge when you open it so I can create a pocket on the inside. I feel like it's really important, especially as a student planner, to have pockets. That way you can shove notes in there. You can write a post-it note, remind yourself, put it in the pocket. And I'm also going to use this poster board from the Dollar Tree as the backing. You don't have to have a paper cutter or anything fancy like that. All you have to have is a pair of scissors and a ruler. You don't even have to have a ruler, honestly. If you want to glue the paper on there and then just go around the edges and cut off the excess, you can do that. You don't have to measure it out. This is the way that I choose to do it because I find that I get a better fit when I do it this way. But you by no means have to have, a paper trimmer or anything fancy to do this. All you need is some glue, some paper, and the planner. I'm just going around the edges with my double-sided tape. I always get my tape from Tuesday mornings, and if by chance I can't find it at Tuesday mornings, which I always have, I would probably use a coupon and get it at Michael's, or what's the other store I have up here? Joann's. So I also like this Tombow Mono liquid glue. I don't know why it needs so many names. It's liquid glue. I really like this stuff. It dries super quick, and it gives a really good hold. So I just use that in the center, and then like you saw me do, I just use the outline. So I also like using this liquid glue to make my pockets because number one, it dries really quick, and number two, it dries completely sealed. So when you're putting your papers in, it's not going to get stuck to the side because it dries just permanent. If you were to use like a double-sided sticky tape, sometimes they can catch papers when you're trying to slide papers in and out of the pockets. That's why I prefer liquid glue. So I'm just using this white poster board that I got at the Dollar Tree just because it's the back, and I didn't want to waste my pretty paper for the back. You could also, use whatever you wanted, but I just feel like it's the back of the notebook or the planner, and not a lot of people are going to see it, so I didn't want to waste any pretty paper on it. I like to hoard my paper. I really shouldn't, and I'm trying to work on it, but I do hoard my pretty paper. I don't know why you would do that because it's kind of ridiculous. You buy paper to use it. So I don't know. I need to work on myself. Okay, now that the planner is covered, I'm going to go back to the notebook and put a final touch up on that so you don't see the blue through it, and then I can get to covering my spiral notebook. Now that the paint is nice and dry on this, I get to cover it with some pretty paper, and I'm going to use the same method. I'm going to measure it out. I'm going to leave an overhang for a pocket, and I use the double-sided tape on the edges along with the liquid tape in the middle. Since my paper wasn't going to cover the full inside, I just chose to use a piece of computer paper. This has paint on the back of it, you'll see. It's the one that I used to put in the composition book when I was painting, but it doesn't matter. You can just grab your scrap paper, use the other side of it, and there you go. You've got the inside of the notebook covered, and it looks good as opposed to looking halfway finished. instead of measuring this time, I went ahead and just used the whole piece of paper. This is what I was talking about before. You just use the whole piece of paper, line up, 2 of your edges. The rest is all overhang. And then take a box cutter. You can get them at the Dollar Tree. As a matter of fact, these that I'm using right here, these black and white ones, are from the Dollar Tree. They are excellent. Take your ruler and just cut off any excess. So for this notebook, my main concern was making sure that I put the paper right up against where I had painted, so everything just flows nicely on the cover and it looks like it matches and belongs. And then I went ahead and used my wet glue to go around the holes because I knew I couldn't put double-sided tape or it would stick to the inside. And I'll just lay my paper on. I'm going to use the same method that I did for the second composition book, where I just take my ruler and my box cutter and I trim it off. I did rip off that first page because it got some pink paint on it, but other than that, everything came out perfect. I loved doing this. I think that this is well worth the time to put into it to be able to gift somebody this set, or to be able to, you know, send your kids to school with these bright, happy, matching notebook sets and planner sets. I just think it was really worth the time and worth the money. I mean, you can't go wrong when you're spending $1 for each item, and then, you know, get paper pads at the Tuesday mornings for $6.99 for a paper pad. That goes a long way. Or you can do the hot buys from Michael's for $5. You can, you know, do 50% off the $20 pads and get them for $10. I just think that these pads of paper, they go a long way. So if you can get a pad of paper that you really like, you can recover tons of stuff. I'm gonna go decorate these off camera, and I will be back to show you what they look like after I decorate them. All right, guys, I'm back. This is the final stack of recovered, painted compositions, composition notebook, Hannah in the background, coughing her head off. So this is what each of them look like after I got done decorating them. I used the Palm Beach collection from My Mind's Eye, and that is the paper pack that I used, and I also had the ephemera pack that went with it. This is the top of the ephemera pack. So I used the paper, and then I ended up using, oh, look at that, I got paint on it. Oh, well, that's okay. No big deal, right? Right. Yeah, I got paint on it. That's okay. So I ended up using the last of the ephemera pack.
This is what I did for mine. I did this for a composition notebook. Doesn't it look cute?
It is adorable. So this little set I figured is perfect to give to somebody either going to college, going back to school. This would be perfect for elementary school, I guess, but I was thinking more like high school.
That would be great for like me.
Yeah, like
I'm like into like
beachy and flamingos and
pinky.
yeah. So that's where I was going with this. So you've got a mini composition notebook, and I put a little tag here. You can, you know, do whatever you need to here. So this is just a recovered composition notebook. I think it turned out really cute. And then I've got the Let's Do This sticker. Palm Beach is the name of the collection. And like I said, I just put this picture here as a pocket. That way if you need to, I don't know, keep a note and know where you are, something like that. So that's the little composition notebook. The next thing here is the planner. Like I said, I got some paint on it, but you can barely even see it. Look, it's pink, so who cares, right? Right.
Very cute. I really like it.
I do too. So this is the Dollar Tree notebook, or planner. It's the student planner. And as a matter of fact, you know, I was gonna see, do I want to put this back on it maybe to protect it?
Yeah, you should, Mom.
Let's do that. Okay, I didn't even think about that. I've got a little planner clip that I made, a little gold bow. Let's go ahead. Oh, no, I don't want to do, maybe I do. Let me see.
Yeah.
Because I've got these, this pocket right here. I don't know if it's going to work. See, I got this pocket and some stickers in here for planning.
But, like, can't you make, like, maybe put a, like, pocket somewhere else? Because that would be really good because it would, like, protect it.
Maybe this will work. Let's see. Let's take a look-see here. It's going to be tight going on because of the cardstock. Yeah.
But, like, it's a good...
It is good.
You can do that, yeah.
Let's see if I can get this end in without ruining it.
Let's see.
It's tight.
I think you can. Yeah.
I don't know. It's really tight. I don't want to ruin it. Hold on. Okay, it went
There you
in.
go.
Yep, it went in. All right. So now you have this little pocket here. Actually, I made a double pocket. Look at that. So you can use this as a pocket, maybe for small things. And then if you have, you know, somebody say somebody gives you, you know, a piece of, you know, mail that you need to keep track of, you put it in here. Well, kind of not, but you know.
Or if they give you a random scrap piece of paper.
Yeah, I made a double-sided pocket, or a double pocket, and I didn't even know it.
Nice. That's actually really good.
Yeah, that is cute. So, all right, yeah, I like it. So that's how this one turned out. I hope I didn't cause a glare by putting on that thing. It was just flamingo paper with some ephemera and a little tag that says planning up there from one of my sticker
I love
sheets.
how like glossy it is now.
Yeah, I
How,
like it.
Protected
It is. You
because,
can put it in your,
You can
backpack.
like go like this.
Yeah.
And it won't.
or if you spill something, you wipe it right off.
True.
So, I like it. And then this is a pocket too. This is actually a double pocket now. So, good. All right, so that's that one. I really like how that turned out.
I like how you just have your no problem.
Well, I have to use this because if I get an overspill of glue, if you try to rub it with your finger, it turns dirty. So I always use a white eraser to erase the glue off after it dries. All right, moving on to our composition notebook. I love this one also. We've got palm trees, we've got flamingos, we got all sorts of stuff. So I really like that. I like how the spine turned out, how I painted it with Hannah's paints that she had left over.
That I bought.
There, one was Craft Smart.
Selena bought. No,
That one.
no, you bought that one.
Oh, and then
And then this is
Apple Barrel. But they turned out really cute too. I really like this
I
one.
really like that one and this one. They go together so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, well, the whole collection goes together. That's why I wanted to use one paper
pack.
one paper collection because I wanted them to all match. So this one, you open it up and you've got a nice little pocket here.
Oh my gosh, you're dropping things.
If you need to put pieces of paper in there, or
You should get that
notes,
with it.
or whatever. So you've got a pocket here. This is just regular computer weight paper because I didn't want it to be too thick. So you can still kind of see underneath it, but I'm not worried about that. And then you've got your composition notebook. I didn't cover the inside of the back just because I thought that the tables of measure, multiplication table, metric conversion table, and the ruler would be helpful for somebody going back to school. I would probably try to do it a little bit cleaner if I was going to be selling this.
Oh,
That's that one. And then last but certainly not least is this spiral bound notebook. And I left the back, like I said, I just left it plain. You can cover this if you want.
but like it doesn't really look too bad
it
because you're
doesn't.
mostly like putting this on your desk. Oh, did you just?
No, I just dropped one. I wanted to put my bow back on my planner,
Oh,
just so I didn't lose it.
super cute.
It is really cute. Gold bow and all these gold pineapples and
I know, like
letters.
you have a
and-
very good theme.
So that's cute. And then this, like I said, I just painted the notebook. It was kind of hard to not get it on the spirals. So it did get on the spirals, but I just rolled it backwards. You can't really tell. So that's it. I think that these turned out really cute, and I think it is a very cute little gift to give to somebody if you wanted to make it and give it as, you know, a beginning of school year gift, or if you wanted to do this just because you're going back to school and you don't want to spend a ton of money on buying supplies. I think these turned out super cute, and I would be proud to pull them out of my backpack if I was in college or something. How about you, Hannah? Would you be proud to pull these out of your backpack?
Oh yes, definitely. Especially if it was handmade by me
Yeah.
or by my mother.
Yeah, could you imagine pulling this out and people are like, oh my gosh, that is so cute.
Where'd you
Where did
buy
you
it?"
get that at? Oh, you know, just made it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I had a lot of fun making these. I really did, actually. At first I just thought, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, throw together some books that might match, but then when I really thought about the planner and the little tiny composition notebook, I was like, yes. So I had tons of fun making these. Like I've always said, to make things look, you know, beautiful together, make them look cohesive, make it a cohesive look, and that just brings everything together. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video.